The GHSA state basketball playoffs started this week, and the 912 coverage area had 27 teams started off in the first round. How many will make it to the second? Find out next.
Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Shawn Smoak and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoak, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Price once again for On Air with 912 Sports. As you know, the state high school basketball tournaments got underway for both boys and girls around the Peach State this week, with games taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday in the opening rounds for boys and girls in all the classifications in the state. Several of our teams right here in Southeast Georgia either competing at home or on the road in the opening round. It is my job here today to give you a recap, a rundown of all of the girls' matchups and scores, and then Shawn will have the boys' matchups and scores as well. So our featured matchup in the girls' action on Tuesday took place down in Brunswick, a Class 5A state tournament first round game between host Brunswick High School and Habersham Central out of North Georgia. The Lady Pirates, the number 2 seed out of Region 1 5A, finishing as the runner-up behind Bradwell Institute. Habersham Central, the number 3 seed from their region, which of course was Region 8. The Brunswick High School Lady Pirates punched their ticket to the Sweet 16 once again. They'll play in the second round this weekend against Milton. BHS knocked off Habersham Central 64-43 in the opening round game on Tuesday night. The Lady Pirates led the game by only 5 points at the break, 25-20, but ran away from Habersham with a good third quarter and, of course, won easily by that big double-digit margin. Some things to note from the ball game: BHS senior guard, Martin Davis, led all scorers in the ball game with 22 points, including 16 in the second half, as the Lady Pirates came out hot in the third quarter. So she had a big second half after scoring 6 points for the Lady Pirates in the first 16 minutes. Also worth noting, Samaya Gilbert, second leading scorer for BHS coming in, finishes with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Lauren Walker, another starter for the Lady Pirates, finished with 8 points and 11 rebounds. And another note to make was the play of Reagan Hicks. Hicks came off the bench for the Lady Pirates. She's a senior, scored 8 points, grabbed 7 rebounds, But the significance of her playing for the Lady Pirates in the opening round was that she missed all of the regular season and also the Region 1 5A tournament while rehabbing from her torn ACL, the second of her high school career. So she gets back in time for the state tournament, comes off the bench, and makes some contributions for the Lady Pirates. I mentioned the second round game. It will take place on Friday night against Milton. This is a matchup between teams that met in the quarterfinals a year ago, with Milton advancing to the Final Four after topping the Lady Pirates. This matchup will be for a berth in the Elite Eight, which of course would be next week. The Lady Pirates certainly would like to avenge that loss to Milton last year and march on to the Elite Eight once again this season. After the ball game, we had Coach Maria Mangrum on air with us on our Golden Isles broadcasting platform as we called the game on 912 Sports. Here's a soundbite from that interview from Coach Mangrum. All right, Maria.
Yes, sir.
The Lady Pirates win it here tonight. Final score already off the scoreboard, but a much better second half for you guys. You led by 5. Obviously, win this thing going away. But talk about what you saw out of the Lady Pirates here tonight.
Well, we actually played well first quarter, I thought. And then second quarter, I feel like we kind of got stagnant a little bit. Our movement kind of stopped. I don't know why, but it did. But then third and fourth quarter, we did pick it up. So I was pleased with what I saw.
We'll return right after these messages.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
All right, now for a roundup of all the girls' teams and their games here in the 912 representing Southeast Georgia in the respective state tournaments. We'll go class by class and start down in Single A. Single A Division II is actually where we will start. Atkinson County lost its opening ball game to Taylor County. Atco goes down 53-37, so Atco's season is finished in the opening round of the Class A Girls State Tournament. Also, though, Charlton County, a winner over Schley County. The Lady Indians won the ball game 49-46, so a close game there. Charlton County moves on to the Sweet 16. They'll play ECI this weekend in round 2. Now moving on to Class A Division I, we had 2 teams involved in this one. Also, both teams did win, by the way. Brantley County, a winner over Central Macon. The Lady Herons get it done 58-46 to punch their ticket to the Sweet 16, where they will go up against East Lawrence next, looking for a trip to the Elite Eight. Also, Bacon County in action in this tournament. Bacon County wins a close one, 47-43 over Dublin. So Bacon County into the round of 16 as well. The Sweet 16, they will play Banks County, looking for a trip to the quarterfinals. Now in Class AA, also 2 area teams involved here from Southeast Georgia. Appling County, the number 6 seed. This tournament seeded 1-32. Appling County moves on with a 60-37 victory over C. Scott King. So the Lady Pirates into the round of 16 as well here in Class AA. Pierce County, the number 31 seed, did see its seasons come to an end With a loss to Murray County, the Lady Bears go down 82-19, so Murray advances to play Laney in round 2. Moving on to Class AAA, 2 more teams from our area code involved in this tournament. We had Liberty County taking on Lumpkin County. Lumpkin gets the win there, 39-33, to eliminate Liberty, so the Lady Panthers see their season come to an end with a first-round loss. Long County also lost big to Oconee County. Long season come to a close with a 68-24 loss in the opening round of the Class AAA girls tournament. Moving on to 4A, 2 teams from our area code here in the 912 also involved in this tournament. Madison County defeats Ware County by a score of 48-29, so the Lady Gators make the state tournament but are eliminated in round 1 to see their season come to an end. Wayne County, though, marches on. The Lady Yellow Jackets beat Eastside in a close one, 48-45, so Wayne County into the Sweet 16, where they'll see if they can punch a ticket to the state quarterfinals in Class 4A. In 5A, 3 teams from the 912 involved in this one. All 3 teams winners in the opening round, so an impressive showing by our Class 5A teams. We'll start with Coffee County, the Region 2 number 1 winner. They won 67-39. They defeat Sprayberry. They are on the season 26-2. They're going to have a dandy of a matchup in round 2. They'll take on Morrow, which won a close one, a 1-point ball game in the opening round. They survived, but the Mustangs are going to put their big record on the line. I think they've won over 20 games as well. Actually, they are 21-6. So that's going to be a great matchup there in round 2. Coffee will see if it can move on to the state quarterfinals. Also, we already mentioned Brunswick beating Habersham. Brunswick will play Milton in round 2 on the road, so Brunswick looking to advance to the quarterfinals again if they can beat Milton, where, like we mentioned in the opening segment, did play in these 2 teams did play last year in the quarterfinals, and Milton won that one. Bradwell, the number 1 team out of Region 1, the winner, still undefeated on the season as well coming into the state tournament. They're undefeated after round 1 as well. Bradwell, an easy winner, 67-41 over Jackson County. So Bradwell, the number 1 team in Max Preps, moves on to the Sweet 16. They'll have a matchup with Tri-Cities this weekend as they look to go further and, of course, punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. We mentioned also that Camden County playing in the 6A girls tournament. Camden, a 56-46 winner on the road at Collins Hill. So an impressive opening win for the Lady Wildcats in the biggest classification tournament. So the Lady Wildcats of Camden coming into the Sweet 16 this weekend as well. They'll see if they can stay alive. So there's our roundup of the state girls tournament action. Of course, we'll follow all the state tournaments all the way through the championship round in Macon as long as we have some teams alive, and hopefully we will. So for On Air with 912 Sports, I'm Kevin Price.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Shawn Smoak. GM of 912 Sports, and I'll have a report here on boys basketball. The GHSA state playoffs started this past week, and the boys here from the 912 coverage area had 14 teams play in the first round. We're going to start at the lower classifications and work our way up. Single A Division I, we only had one participant, and that was the Clinch County Panthers. They come away big winners. They beat Marion County 80-29. They will play Saturday. They'll be hosting Scriven County, who beat Johnson County by a final score of 90-70. So that was our only team in Division I. Moving on to Division II. Division II, the Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets beat Toombs County by a final score of 61-55. They'll get a chance now to go on the road to play Vidalia. Vidalia beat Banks County 64-28. That game will also be Saturday. So Jeff Davis moving on to the next round. Also, we had Brantley County played Modell. Brantley wound up losing that game 86-58. So the Brantley County Herons season for boys basketball is over. But that's all we had in Division II. Division II. We'll move on to Double A. Both Applin and Pierce were playing in the Double A first round. They both lost. Applin lost to Crisp County by a final score of 88-55, and the Pierce County Bears lost to Butler by a final score of 84-43. So that'll wrap it up for Double A in basketball on the boys' side. Moving on up to 3A, Long County, who's a very talented basketball team, they won 70-54. They beat Lafayette. They'll host Troup County this Saturday as Troup beat Cherokee Bluff by a final score of 76-66. Also in 3A, we had the Liberty County Panthers, and Liberty lost. They go on the road and lose to Doherty County 57-53, a close one, but the Panthers season is over there. Going on to 4A. 4A, we had two teams playing. The Wayne County Yellow Jackets. The Wayne County Yellow Jackets lost to East Forsyth by a final score of 67-53, so their season is over. But our featured game tonight is the Ware County Gators. I got a chance to go and be a part of this game. Ware County come away big winners after a slow start. They won 70-23. They will host Hiram this Saturday. They will host Hiram. Hiram beat Midtown 60-56. I got a chance to catch up with Coach Lenny Williams after the Gators' victory, and here's what he had to say. We're here with Coach Lenny Williams, head coach of the Ware County Gators. Gators have just won 70-23. Coach, I'll get your thoughts on the game tonight.
I started out slow, and we knew we would because having a week and a half, almost 2 weeks off, that does it to a team. But once we got rolling, we relied on our defense. We went man-to-man and said, hey, it's time to put up or shut up. And it's survive and advance during this time. And everybody stepped up tonight. Everybody is a team effort. Just like I told them, it's hard to match up against us when you don't know whose night it's going to be.
Right. Well, Coach, what's next? You got a couple of days off before the next round.
We're still working. Tomorrow we got practice, a lot of shooting, ice bath, and prepare for our next opponent. We got film on both of them. We knew we were going to be here. And then we'll keep moving along, one game at a time.
Right, and that game will be?
Here. Saturday. Don't know what time yet because we don't know who we're playing.
I got you. All right, well, Coach, will you guys go get better, and we'll catch up with you down the road?
Definitely. Go Gators.
All right, moving on to 5A. We had, 4 teams participate in the 5A state championships. Brunswick goes on the road to Habersham Central and loses 65-60, so that's going to wrap it up for the Pirates here this year. Coffee County played Sprayberry at home, but the Trojans go down to defeat. Sprayberry comes on the road and beats Coffee by a final score of 60-57. And then the Statesboro Blue Devils, they go on the road to take on Winderbarrow, and they drop their game 68-63. That leaves the Bradwell Institute Tigers, the only winner in 5A. They do win. They beat Loganville by a final score of 71-55. They're going to host Tri-Cities on Saturday as Tri-Cities beat Johns Creek by a final score of 71-60. So Bradwell keeps rolling there in 5A. And then in 6A, we only had one participant, and that was the Richmond Hill Wildcats. They go on the road, and they lose to the University of Beaufort. Final score there, 59-42 to wrap it up for the Wildcats. So several teams will be playing Saturday. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on here in round number 2 on next week's show. But, hey, pick up the latest copy of 912 Sports Magazine. It's on newsstands now. The new basketball issues. Also, it's got all the recap of the football award show. So pick up the latest issue of 912 Sports Magazine, distribution point near you. We'll be right back here with more On Air with 912 Sports right after this.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.